playing. Yeah. All right, hey guys, this is Cameron. I've got Adam and Nick with me. We're doing a replay on Langres. It's gonna be Rizky versus Hosser.
Sweix.
Yeah, Rizky's Sweix. Whatever.
No.
Wait, is Hosser Sweix?
Hosser is Sweix.
Hosser is Sweix. See, these are things I don't know because I don't know stuff.
It's also pronounced Langres. Just putting that out there.
Langres. Okay, thanks, dear Frenchman. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. I'm gonna go kill myself. All right. Let's get this thing started. And oh wait, what's the other guy? Okay, it's Wehrmacht versus U.S. So it's vanilla. That's nice. Let's start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Starting from 5 seconds, by the way.
Of course.
Big
Where else would you
difference.
start from? We never start from 3 seconds. Is North the better side beam?
It kind of depends. Longer is asymmetrical, but both sides have advantages and disadvantages. South gets the only high immunity on the map, but North gets easier access to the fuels in the East. So it's kind of a trade-off. Most of the balances actually don't have to do with the resource points, but which way the cover is and which way the buildings face. Personally, I like fighting from the south, but to each his own.
I see that both of them went double NG or Pio start for the extra capping early game. That's kind of nice. That seems to be the trendy thing these days. You almost never see one Pio from the Americans anymore. And we have Volk starting from the Wehrmacht player, and we have, of course, a rifle coming from the U.S. player. Let's look at the tactical map real quick. See what everybody's doing. Usually NGs tend to cap around the sides. Combat units go towards the center. And it looks like that's pretty much the way it's going. Well, we'll see what this rifle squad does. And Volk should be out soon.
Wehrmacht's bunkering up the muni point in the center of the map. You'll probably want to wire the side of the cover facing the American approach. Stick an MG in a couple locations, put up a medic bunker. That's what I would anticipate.
Does anybody ever go early MG anymore? I usually go MG or bike MG, and nobody else seems to do that.
MG first is not very popular, at least with high-level Wehrmacht, because it's just too risky. If you get the first squad flanked, you've kind of lost automatically, whereas if you have a Volk squad, it's hard to lose. Especially if you build the bike second, just like this guy did. Bike plus Volks absolutely wrecks Riflemen, and Sweix is right to just run away, come back later.
It looked like he was using the bike to kind of disrupt the rifleman's position.
Yeah. One time I had a guy, he ran his bike through my Rifleman, who I was trying to put in green cover, but because of the bike, they were chased into the red cover of the road right nearby, and they were horribly slaughtered. You can see that this is happening to this Rifleman too. I mean, he did like no damage, and the squad is running away completely wrecked.
And I would also add that a bike does not need to use manpower to reinforce, but can just be repaired by nearby Pios. So there's that added advantage of the durability of a unit that does not cost anything to fix.
Yeah, bike is interesting that way. It doesn't cost you any manpower to reinforce for the early game, but then later in the game you're probably gonna lose it in one shot to like a Greyhound or something, which is cool. It's just a matter of trading off early for late. I think technically your manpower income goes down a little bit whenever you're repairing anything, so there is like a tiny itty bitty cost.
Minimal loss.
I've used the Schwim in auto matches instead of the bike, and I found the bike to be vastly superior to the Schwim. The bike is quicker, it seems. Line of sight is not as good, but it does have that ability to push units around, and it doesn't seem like the Schwim can do that nearly as well. They just kind of flow around the Schwim wagon. So I would, in my experience, recommend a bike over a Schwim.
Right there, that was an excellent placement of the MG. He anticipated exactly where the Riflemen were going to come out, pointed the MG to face, got 2 squads, and now, expert, he's displacing the MG. So the American thinks it's in one location, he's planning his flank based on his assumption of where the MG is, but the MG's going to be somewhere else.
So what is the Americans' options right now? Because the Wehrmacht has the MG out, he has the southeastern side kind of under his control.
Well, for the immediate time being, all he can do is try to flank around with flamers and rifles, which he looks like
he's trying to set it up.
Yeah, he has a fairly decent one being set up because he's got a rifleman hiding out here at the edge of the south edge of the map, and some other squads flowing through middle right now. If he's lucky, he might be able to flank this MG in the house, but Wehrmacht does have a bike and a Volks guarding that, so it will be close.
American player is heavier on munitions, I think. It looked like he was getting over 40 munitions where the Wehrmacht is not.
He smartly moved the MG out of the house and caught the rushing American units.
Yep.
Oh, is that what suppressed them?
But then, yeah, he popped it out of the house, moved it a couple, 10 feet north.
This is good for the U.S. though. This is he gets the rifle in the house. This is an excellent house for South for any, regardless of which side is in the South. But if South can occupy that house, they have dominance over that point.
Flamethrower's coming though.
This is the accurate response to it. Wehrmacht is this is textbook. Use the flamer to flush them out of the house. Use the Volks to shoot them as they exit. This rifleman should have ran away a long time ago.
Now flamers in the house. That does give the flamers added range, but they're just going to leave anyways. And now we have a sniper on the field.
Now Wehrmacht is heavy T1, so the counter to that for US would be fast M8. I think if you go to the US base, Cam, scroll to the US base. Yeah, he's got a supplier up, so he's going for the motor pool pretty soon here.
Could use a triage, but he's putting all his fuel into a fast tech. So he's not going to have that healing for his rifle squads, which have just been decimated by a variety of area of effect damages and suppression from the MG.
To be honest, he's lost pretty much every fight up till now, manpower-wise. He can only go so long before the manpower disadvantage becomes untenable. So he has to turn this around in one of the next few fights here.
The vehicle, the Greyhound, should be able to do that, because the only representable AT the Wehrmacht has on the field is the Panzerfaust from the Volks.
Yeah. If I was Wehrmacht, I would be just blitzing up to the pack right now, because it's evident that he has complete dominance over everything, and the only thing that can turn this around is the M8.
I would add that right now the Wehrmacht has a diverse field army, and the American player essentially just has a whole bunch of riflemen right now. So I think there's a reason the Wehrmacht is winning every engagement. He can more accurately meet and deflect any threat.
Oh, yeah. So Wehrmacht U.S. has the motor pool up. This actually would be a perfect opportunity for Wehrmacht to go scout his base, which I think is exactly what he's doing. Bike's checking it out, sees the motor pool, so he knows what's up. Pack is coming. That's probably a Krieg barracks going up in the Wehr base. Yep.
Did he see the motor pool?
Yeah, the bike came close enough.
I was hoping it hit
Yeah, he had enough vision on it.
Okay. That'd be so awesome if he hit that mine. This engine
So,
may die.
Touching on what you were saying earlier, Cam, combined arms in T1 from Wehrmacht definitely is a huge advantage that they have, and there's pretty much no way that U.S. can do anything about it, because they only get riflemen and jeeps, but jeeps suck, from the T1 building, so they just make do with nothing but the riflemen until they get other stuff. And you either tech the T2 or T3. T2 lets you infantry combined arms, and T3 lets you use the Greyhound.
Ooh, expert placement of the MG up on the north. Knew exactly where the riflemen were coming from.
I missed